On social media, influencers often say protein powder is the key to building muscle and getting and staying fit. While it's quick and convenient to, just add a little scoop in your coffee or make a smoothie, most protein powders are considered a dietary supplement, which raises some questions. Do you really need a supplement to get all the protein that you need? And here to answer that question and some others about protein powders is our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Payal Kohli. I'm so excited. This is one of my pitches. I was like, I want to talk to Dr. Kohli about this because we are like a protein powder house. My husband relies on it. I have a protein shake in the morning and I'm like, am I doing something wrong, right? I know you've got the answers. Let's start with how much protein does one really need?
Yeah, so it really depends on your age, it depends on your gender, and it depends on how much activity you're doing and also what your goals are. If you're just sort of good health, that's a lower amount of protein than burning off calories, and that's a lower amount than actually trying to build muscle. So you have to really use a formula. So I suggest both of you guys go home today, type your weight, your age, your gender, and kind of what your goals are for your health into this online calculator, and it tells you exactly how much. But in general, for most women, it's about 46 grams, and for most men, it's 56. For pregnant women, it can be closer to 70, and for older adults, it can be higher as well. Now, I know what you're going to ask me next. What does that mean, right? 46 grams.
You're supposed to be eating your weight in protein. That's been going around. Have you seen that?
No.
That's too much.
And so too much protein is a stress on your kidneys because your kidneys have to filter all that protein out. So this is part of what we think about when we look at protein powders. It bumps people's kidney function to be on a protein powder because your body's actually filtering out that excess protein. So too much of a good thing is a bad thing. Definitely not your weight in protein. But if you think about what is 46 grams, that's about 1.5 chicken breasts, or if you're a vegetarian, it's a couple of, cups of cottage cheese, something like that. So harder to get if you're vegetarian, but certainly you can hit those goals.
So let's back up to what is protein powder? How is it made? Where does it come from? What are the different types? I think a lot of people don't understand that.
Yeah, so it's a highly processed concentrated protein, and it's made either from plant-based sources like peas and such, or it's made from milk, which is kind of more of an animal-based. And that's your whey protein. That comes from milk, and something called casein, which is a kind of a longer-acting protein. So you have whey protein, casein protein, and your sort of plant-based proteins. Very processed. So you can get extra sugars, you can get extra calories, and recently we found out you can actually have heavy metal toxicity because some of those can get contaminated. You can get lead and cadmium and other sorts of heavy metals as well.
So I guess when you break it down, do you recommend your patients take protein powder, or you're just like, just go eat a chicken breast?
Right. Are some better than others?
Most healthy adults do not need a protein powder. Now, some of my patients I will tell to put on a protein powder. Those are my elderly patients. Anyone with a burn, anyone with wounds.
Interesting.
Teenagers who might have eating disorders, or anyone who's doing athletic training. These are people in whom the protein powders will help with their recovery, help their muscle, help their tissue, and prevent injury. But for the average kind of healthy adult, a protein powder, which is a supplement, as you said, not regulated by the FDA, is more likely to cause harm than good and may not necessarily be doing much if you're getting a good, well-balanced diet.
It's expensive too, protein powder.
The good stuff. It is. It is expensive. I go to Barry's and I'm like,
I see you with your protein shake.
It's my treat. I always get a protein powder because I'm like, I worked out really hard and I deserve this. But you're like, probably not.
Well, it helps with recovery, right? Because it is extra protein that you're supplementing. But I would implore you, Alex, to go have a nice brunch afterwards, put some eggs in there, put some tofu, put natural sources of protein because that's easier on your body, less processed, less likely to have any kind of toxicity. If you are going to go for a protein powder, though, because you like it with your workout or whatever, make sure it's a high quality, make sure it has a rating called NSF because those are higher quality. And then we've talked about this before on the show, but depending on the flavor, if you pick a vanilla flavor, it's less likely to have heavy metal toxicity than the chocolate flavor, and also the non-organic and non-plant-based sources are better.
Yeah, so the way you want the whey protein. That's what I use. And the vanilla flavor. Just have you know.
You're doing good. Good job, Alex. She's proud of herself.
Check that kidney function for me.
Yes, we'll do. We'll do. That's all good stuff. Seriously. Thank you, Dr. Kohli.
Thank you, Dr. Kohli.